Hey everybody, I am back again with another video. So hopefully this does not come off like too much of a rant, and I pray the Holy Spirit helps me to articulate what I'm attempting to say today. So if you don't follow me on social media, Facebook and Instagram, go do that right now. Like, I'm being more active on the gram and stuff like that, and Facebook. So if you're not following me, make sure that you go and follow me. But I did a 25-part story because I just was ranting and raving about this whole B.Simone situation. Now, if you're not hip to what's going on, let me just fill you in just a little bit. So she's pretty much under scrutiny and attack because she feels as though we as women should not require so much of men, and we aren't doing the things that we are requiring of them, or we don't have the things that we are requiring of them ourselves. Like things like you want him to have a house, you want him to have a car, you want him to have a high credit score, you want him to have a good relationship with his family, you want him to be rich and wealthy and all of these different things. However, you are not there yourself. So basically what she's saying is, the things that you are requiring, make sure that you are. And one thing that she said that really resonated with me is we cannot expect men to have all of this stuff and have all of these qualities and traits, and we are not equating to this, because the man that you want, what kind of woman do you need to be? So based on the man that you want, what kind of woman do you need to be? I thought that that was so powerful, and that pretty much sums up everything that she was trying to say, because we cannot require things that we are not making steps towards ourselves. We don't see for ourselves, that we aren't working on for ourselves. Now, if you are working on those things and you want those things for your own life, then have at it, so be it, go for it. But if you are one of those women that are upset about what she has stated, let me give you some more context and some more information of what I'm getting from it. So one thing that Cindy Trim said was it took her 60 years to finally get married. She said no, it was not by choice, but what she wanted to do was marry a person and not a project. And I feel like when we require things of men, and vice versa, when we require these things and we have our list of all the things that we want, and we are not doing those things ourselves, the person is pretty much that's coming into your life is getting the short end of the stick. The person that's coming into your life is actually the one that has to take on a project and an assignment. And I know for me personally, I don't want to date assignments, and I don't want to date projects. And I've seen how that has worked out in my own life, and it wasn't too fun, because I ended up carrying the load as a woman. I ended up pulling and prodding and trying to convince you into who you were. And I really decided that no longer am I going to believe in somebody more than they believe in themselves. No longer am I going to pursue, chase, fall in love with men that look like they can be, which is their potential, but they are not producing. Let me say that again. I'm no longer going to fall in love and attract men who look like they're going to be great, who sound and talk like they have a good game and they got this great game plan. However, they're not making any steps towards it. I am no longer falling in love with fruitless men. Are you producing? Produce over potential, because everybody has potential, right? So we want to marry a person and not a project. So why is it that we are requiring, or women, because it's not me, that a lot of women are requiring men to have these particular qualities, but you don't want it for yourself? Why is it so important for him to have and you not have for yourself? I think for me, that's really the disconnect with the people that's arguing with her and the people that are attacking her. Like, what is the issue in what she's saying, right? So why does he have to have an 800 credit score and you have a 2? My friend even put up, why does he have to have his own house, his own car, his own business, but you live at home, you work for somebody, and you bumming rides? Like, that doesn't even equate to what a man is looking for, because what I know about men are looking for their equal. They're looking for their helpmeet. They're not looking to take on a project, or even take on another child. I'll get to that in a second. So who do you have to be for this man that you want? Because you can't just, you can, but no, I'm sick of what I'm saying. You can't want him to have all of these things and you're not measuring up, because you want the same thing for yourself. For me, I've been working on my healing. I've been working on my healing journey. I've been working on my wholeness. I've been working on myself. I've been working on my business. I've been working on my money. And to be honest with you, I need somebody who's going to come to the table with that same energy, because we're equally yoked. If I'm working on all of these things within myself and he's working on all these things within himself, when we come together, we're just going to make something even greater. Because when light and light comes together, one light is not diminished. We come together and we begin to what's the word I'm looking for? We come together and we begin to make things happen, because I'm a movement by myself, but we can be a force together. Because when I see that you're responsible for yourself and I'm responsible for myself, I can trust you with me, and I can trust you with the things that are in me, and I can trust you with my future. It has to go both ways, right? So again, a man is looking for his equal and not his help. He's looking for his equal and his help meet, not somebody that he has to help. Because one thing is, if you have poor credit, don't even the creditors deny you when you have poor credit. They don't give you your house. They don't give you your car. You got to pay a whole lot more, right? But they will deny you. So if you are trying to date a man who has a very high credit score, and he looks at you and your credit score is poor and you're not working on that, basically what that says is you don't have good credentials. And guess what? Those creditors make you go work on your credit and then you come back. Right? They don't wait for you to get it together. Like, if you wanted this particular car, if it's not there when you come back, it's too bad, so sad, so be it, right? So he can look at you and your poor credit and you don't handle your finances well. He's looking for a wife, not a project. This man, these real men are looking for good women who are taking care of their own homes, who are paying their own bills, who aren't behind. You have to have good credentials. If you have to have a good name in the world, if you have to have a good name to buy stuff, you got to have a good name before you take on somebody else's name. Because if I can't trust you with your own name, why would I give you somebody else's? Why would a man give you his name if you can't be trusted with your own name? I'm just saying. So that's something that you need to work at. If you see that you desire a man with a good credit, you should be working on your own credit, okay? You should be working on these things for yourself, because how can he trust you with his? All right? So I wrote here, I want you to have this, but I don't have it, because what you don't have, it limits you. You want to be equally yoked with somebody, because if not, you end up taking on a project. If you're not equally yoked, you end up carrying the load. And it's not fair for a man to come in wanting to love a woman, but now he has to pull her and he has to do so much work. That's not how God intended it, because then what will happen is we will end up as women being a pressure on this man, putting way too much responsibility on him. And you wonder, why is he cracking under pressure? It's because you come with a lot. Like, that's not, you don't even want that, right? So be a gold digger and not a gold digger. Be a gold digger and not a gold digger. But let me come back to that. Because what you can get, I think when women are upset about what she was saying, and you're upset because this man isn't, I want him to have these things and I don't have it in myself, I feel like that's selfish. I feel like that's selfish of a lot of women, because you need to bring your own to the table so you can hold your own. Because when you're sitting with people, sitting with people, I remember I had to sit with people that I had to supervise, right? But if you can't hold your own, you become dependent and not independent. We were meant to keep our own individualities in a sense. When we're getting married, you're supposed to be a whole person and have an identity when you're coming together. But you want to be able to speak the same languages. If you want him to have this, you should be speaking the same language as him. Because if not, what will happen is, even in your dependency and your neediness, he'll end up taking care of you and you become like a child, right? Because children need to be taken care of. Contributing is for adults and equal voices. When you have nothing to contribute, you end up being a dependent because he's taking care of you. And what we're not doing in 2021 is being taken care of by any man. Girl, go get your own, okay? Why are these things important for him to have but not important for you? Just think about it. These are just questions that I want to bring to your attention. I think another thing is when women are, well, not women, but whoever's getting mad at this status, I feel like they're finding security in their relationship, because if you want him to have all of these things, sounds to me like you want a trophy. It sounds to me like you find your security in what's being had. Oh, I got this man who got a good job. He got his own house. He got his own this. You sound like you just want to move in. Sounds like you want to be a gold digger and just take and not give. What are you giving to the relationship? What are you able to contribute? Children don't contribute. Adults contribute, right? So your security should be found in this relationship, nor should he be your trophy. He got all of this, but what do you have? Because you want to be equal. You want to be equal. God didn't create us to be behind a man, but to walk alongside of him. I was taken from his side to be his equal, to be his helpmeet, not for him to take care of. He doesn't need any more children, okay? So, like I said, I'll come back to the gold digger part. Because to me, it reveals that you're not ready. So I saw a comment that responded to B.Simone and was just like, well, what if her teeth are messed up because she doesn't have good water? Or what if she can't go to the gym like that because she's working a lot? Well, if there's certain needs in your life that still need to be met, you need to meet those needs for yourself. Find security in yourself and in God, and not in a relationship. Because wanting these things that you don't have lets me know that there's some type of insecurity within yourself, right? You need to be established before you get into a relationship. I'll come back to that as well. But it reveals that you're not ready. If you have all of these different issues and all of these excuses to why he got to have it and you aren't having it yet, or you haven't worked towards it yet, that tells me that there's something that you need to work on, and you should not be dating right now. Okay? So stop waiting for a man to validate you, so you can show it off, because having him and him having all of this lets me know that I finally did something and he chose me. I think that may be the problem. I think the problem may be because he has all these things and he wants me. Now I feel secure because he wants me. A man that has it all together wants me. But why can't he have it all together and you have it all together and y'all want each other, and this isn't a codependent relationship? I'll leave that right there. Okay, so I'll come back to that part too. So I'm almost done. Equally yoked. If you're saying I want a man and he got to be in Hollywood, how are you going to get him or get his attention if you're not there as well? And I feel like that's for a physical location. But if you want a man with good credit, you need to be there also, because a man of that caliber that you're wanting is not more than likely going to want a woman like you. Like, he's not, because we are not the same. We don't hang around the same places. The places that he can go, you can't even get in. It's almost like the song, why you hang from outside of the club? You can't even get in. That's pretty much what it looks like. You can't even get into the same places where he is. So you have to be this person that you're wanting him to be, so that you can join in the same places, be in the same places, have the same conversations. You know what I'm saying? And then we grow together, not him having to slow down for you to catch up. Because I know for me, I'm not slowing down for no man to catch up. Sorry, not sorry. This ain't hot dogs, okay? Okay. The man you want, does he want you? Ask yourself that. And even ask yourself, do you want you? Would you date you? Would you marry you? And if the answer is no, and there's some things that you need to work on, because when you see it outside of you, that's something that you pretty much want in your own life or inside of you. So if that's the case, go after the things that you want in somebody else. Have it for yourself, okay? Because you cute or whatever, right? But what else can you offer him? What are you bringing? I remember a man told me that he liked me because I could add to the empire. A man is building. He's building and building and building. He doesn't need somebody that's going to take away. He wants someone that's going to add. And the Bible says, he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. When he meets you, he's obtaining favor. His life is getting better. He's increasing. No need to get in a relationship with this man and you begin decreasing his life, decreasing his money, because you're just a leech. Ooh, don't be a leech. Be a life mate. Don't be a leech. Don't take away. Don't suck him dry. Don't suck his peace dry, his emotion dry. Because if you have emotional issues with your family and you are dating this guy, you know, and you're telling him everything that's going on with your family, don't bring this man into your dysfunction. Don't bring this man into your brokenness, because that's how I used to date. And I used to pull on people and they pulled on me. and I had nothing to give and I was empty. Do not go into a relationship and start pulling on this person and being a leech and draining them because you are not whole in yourself. He has to always pour out to you, let you know how worthy you are, how good you are, because he chose you. You're really happy. Like this, I think this is the underlying issue. It's not so much that women have a problem with what B.Simone said. I feel like it reveals your own insufficiency. I believe it reveals your own deficiency, right? So, so you got to have your own. You got to have your own. If you can't afford it, you got to come with something to give, not take, right? So don't have a mindset of a taker. When you don't have for yourself, you are better off taking what you can get. Right? But when you have more, you now have bargaining power. When you have more, now you actually can negotiate something. But when you don't have, you really don't have much to say, right? When you don't have money, like think about it like financially. When you have a lot more money, you have a lot more options. But when you have less money, you have less options. When a man has all of these qualities that you want, he has a lot more options than you do. He can date any woman that he wants to. He has a lot more options of women who are doing the things that he's doing for himself. So that doesn't put you in a good position or a good position, or it doesn't put you in a good position to bargain anything, because at this point you really don't have much to offer, especially if you're not working at it. Again, let me put a disclaimer. You have to be working at it. If you're not working at these things, then this is really for you. This is the end of like the discussion for you talking about it, because we have nothing to talk about. But for the women that are getting it, I'm proud of my sisters who are healing. I'm proud of my sisters who's getting their family relationship straight. I'm proud of my sisters who are working at their business and climbing the corporate ladder and getting their degrees. I'm proud of you. You have more bargaining power. You have more you can do a lot more. You can move around a little more flexible and not be even contained to one group of men, because you're in a better position than a lot of them. You're in a better position than most women. Like for me, because I have all this going on, there's certain men that I don't want to entertain. That's another conversation for another day. Okay? But for a man who you're wanting these things from, he has a lot of options. So position yourself to be at the top of the list when you have great qualities. Because even think about a job. If you have low experience and lower education than somebody else, they're going to get the job over you. It doesn't matter how hard you can work. They don't know you yet. They're looking at you on paper. How you look on paper. Because the paper gets you through the door. What he sees on social media gets you through the door. What you're working at gets you through the door. Do you have a life where someone's like, oh my God, I need her in my life. Like she's working at it. She's doing it. So this basically, you're looking outside of your life and saying, oh my God, he's doing that. I want to be a part of his life. But what are you going to add to his life when you become a part of his life? Do you want to be in his life because you want to be settled in and be taken care of and be the trophy wife and be the wife that be the gold digger in a sense or not a sense? You know what I'm saying? So when you have more to offer, when you have a little more on your resume, you're more likely to be chosen for the position. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so be a gold digger, not a gold digger. The essence of what I want to say to wrap this all up is work on you. Become the best version of yourself. Okay? Let me go back to that one statement I said I wanted to say. Become the best version of yourself. Work on your family relationships. Work on your credit score. Work on your savings. Work on your health. Work on your healing. These are the things that you need to have in place before you bring somebody else into your life. Okay, you want to be A1 in these areas before you bring somebody into your life. You want to have a solid foundation before you bring somebody else into your life, because if you build on a foundation that is weak, it's going to crumble when things happen in your life. People who get married and they get divorced because of money, it's basically there was something that was, the foundation wasn't strong. The communication, there was something that was not strong in their foundation, that when troubles come, it was blown over. Be a strong person so that when you guys come together, together, and the 3 cord that's not easily broken, you'll be strong enough to withstand things that happen around you, things that life will bring, because there are going to be troubles, there are going to be problems. And if you're already broken, when a little bit of pressure comes on you, you didn't break under this one pressure. You were already cracked. You were already cracked, okay? So be the best version of yourself. Become established before you get married. Be established in your own name before you take on somebody else's name. Be established in yourself before you start dating. Have some things about you. Enjoy your life. Don't just be a woman that just wants to get married so bad and you'll take anything, or be a woman that wants everything that he has because he got it. And I want to be a part of that because I want to be taken care of. I want to be taken care of. I see his life and I'm just like, man, I want that for me, but I don't want to work at it myself. That's pretty much, like I said, a leech or whatever. So bring your own to the table, because he is just as well responsible for his own life. And if he doesn't want what you have to offer, it's also okay if he doesn't want you, because you're not everybody's cup of tea. But make sure you're the best cup of tea, so when the one that comes wants to drink it, girl, you in there like money, and you are the prize. You bring favor to his life. But in order to cause favor to increase in somebody else's life, you got to be the best version of you. So don't be the best version of you, period. Work at being the best you so that you can have some bargaining power. So when they see you, it's like, oh, I got to have her. She got her stuff together. A man is looking for a helpmeet, not somebody he needs to help. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. Make sure that you comment. Give me your feedback below. I agree with B.Simone, period. Give me your feedback below. Leave me something in the comment section. Share this video with a friend if it resonated with you. Follow me on Instagram as well as Facebook at teairegriffin. I think that's all. So love you guys. Bye.